DM2's Software's Vice President of Marketing. I would like to welcome everyone to today's Web Portal and E-Commerce Connections webinar. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items. Because of the number of attendees we have on today's webinars, everyone's phones will stay on mute. If you have any questions during the webinar, please enter them into the chat window you see on the lower right of your screen. We'll try to answer everyone's questions at the end of the webinar. If we're unable to get to everyone's questions, we'll follow up with you each individually after the webinar. Today's webinar is being recorded. As soon as the recording is available, we'll post it on the customer content page of our website and send you an email to let you know when it's available to be downloaded. Now, the first thing I would like to cover before I introduce Eric and Don from Website Pipeline. First we're going to pull up an agenda, and I'm going to pass it over to Eric Alexander and Don Martin with Website Pipeline to just go a quick run through on that. And then I'm going to take back over for a few seconds, and then they'll take back over again. So why don't you guys go ahead?
Thank you, Tom. So this is Don Martin and Eric Alexander with Website Pipeline. The brief overview and agenda of what we'd like to have accomplished here on today's call. One is obviously what is WebLink, and Tom is going to speak. Done presenting his WebLink product. We're going to take back over, give you a high-level overview of who we are and what we do, give you a product overview and demonstration, an actual live demonstration of our actual product that we did with DM2, action items and steps moving forward. So kind of moving from here on, if there is interest after this call, sort of what we'd like to see on the next steps moving forward through the process. And then we will absolutely open it up for any questions or comments or concerns. And I believe Tom is going to turn on the chat window, so we'll be able to see if there's any questions coming through during the call. So, Tom, go ahead.
Yes, definitely. All right, thanks, Don. Well, briefly, what I would like to talk about here is what is DM2's WebLink interface. WebLink is a module that we've created that creates the web service calls required to feed the information that you see in the bullet points below to Website Pipeline's web portal and their shopping cart option. So with this piece of software, it basically enables the connection between your Petroleum Insights system and Web Pipeline's web portal option. Now what I'm going to do is actually change presenters, turn it over to Eric and Don. All right, you two should have control now.
Okay.
So let's see, make sure we got everything there. All right, so we should be able to, okay, good. Now we're able to see your screens there. And then after they get through their presentation, we'll hand the control back to me. I'll talk a little bit about next month's webinar, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. All right, guys, take it away.
All right, thank you, Tom, again. And before we get started, I'd like to thank everybody for joining the call today. We know everybody's busy and taking an hour out of everybody's day and time. We understand how valuable it is. We absolutely appreciate it. So I just wanted to say thank you both to Tom for organizing this meeting, as well as you all for joining the call. So again, thank you. So to give everybody a high-level overview of who we are and what we do, we are Website Pipeline. We are located in Greenville, South Carolina. We're about 100 miles or so south of Charlotte, if anybody is familiar with this part of the country. We design, build, host, and support custom websites. Web development is our only business, and we have been in business since 1999. So this is all we do. We don't engage a whole lot in any other type of SEO or marketing or anything like that. We are 100% a web development company here. We have 34 employees here on staff, half of which are developers. To give everybody sort of a very brief breakdown of our employee, we have obviously a sales team, which is myself and Eric. Both owners of our company are actively and involved in the day-to-day operations of the company. We have an entire project management team here on staff, which actually is set up to build your website, so they'll be the ones that you work with on actually building the sites. We have an entire account management team, which is available here, which is a live person in our office. They're there and responsible for any type of upgrades to your website, any ticketing issues that you may have. We also have a technical support team here in our office. And the reason why I point this out is there is never one part of your website project from today moving forward to your website potentially going live that ever leaves a website pipeline employee's hands. We're all here under one roof, all in one office. I think that's a pretty important piece of our company model that we have.
And everyone speaks English.
We have over 500 active customers. We are a profitable and debt-free company. And again, we exclusively sell e-commerce sites. And about 5 years ago, as our company kind of morphed into the company that it is today, our entire focus is ERP integration websites that offer e-commerce type of functionality. By far, and I say by far, probably 95% of the websites that we have built have been on the MAS 9200 ERP system. So we're very familiar with it. We're very familiar with how to install the sync tool, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But that's absolutely our bread and butter. That's absolutely right in our wheelhouse when it comes to who we are and what we've built our sites around. We work directly also with Sage resellers such as DM2, as well as some other Sage reseller partners that we have business relationships with. We also can work directly with clients yourself. So, obviously we have a special partnership right now with DM2 and their customers, but we do open it up to either one. So, giving everybody sort of a high-level overview, we're going to jump into the demo website here in just a few minutes. But to give everybody a high-level overview of the website pipeline / DM2 offering, there's sort of two pieces to it, and we kind of wanted to break out what the potential opportunity is for you as a business owner to have this type of offering. So the first offering, which we are now calling our DM2 portal, which works with the WebLink product that DM2 has, provides a basic customer dashboard where information is being pulled out of MAS and dropped onto the website. It's a real-time integration, so it's not something that you have to batch once a day or reboot every other week or come in and sync up every 16 days or anything like that. It's a real-time information upload that pulls data out of MAS and drops it on the website real-time. So some of the bullet points that you're seeing here on the screen are bullet points that are basically the data that's coming out of your ERP system, out of MAS, and coming onto your customer dashboard. So again, this is for your customers, DM2's customers. So they'll be able to come in with a secured login, a username and password. They'll be able to log in and view dealer EFT notifications, credit card batch access, sales order history, open invoices, invoice history, and account information. We also have an optional add-on module which can be added on to the base DM2 portal for allowing your customers to be able to pay invoices online as well. And when we get to that screen, I'll give everybody a breakdown of what that screen looks like. But that is an optional add-on. That isn't something that is necessary, but it is something that you can add on to the actual DM2 portal. The second piece of the offering that we have is sort of an add-on to that DM2 portal, where you can actually open up that portal to full e-commerce. Website Pipeline offers a very a la carte form of pricing and functionality. We have about 700 or so optional modules that you can add on to the website, things like product categories, suggested related products, customers who purchase this also purchase that, full product detail of your actual product with descriptions and pricing and adding things to shopping carts and checking out and buying. We have that whole suite of functionality. The best way to think about it is sort of like building your website out of little electronic versions of Legos. So you can kind of choose the red ones and the green ones and the black ones and build your website out of what you need the website to do. So we have a full suite of website pipeline functionality that we can offer that sort of adds on to this basic customer dashboard or DM2 portal.
And Don, if I could interrupt for a second, the other thing that's not listed on there that you saw on the WebLink slide, as part of the base DM2 portal, you do have the ability to post your wholesale price quotes. When you set up your wholesale price quotes, right now you have the option to email or fax those out. With WebLink and Website Pipeline's portal, there'll be another option that you can check, and that's to post that to the portal.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So what we've done during our partnership building with DM2, is Website Pipeline has actually built a DM2 web portal access demo website. So this is a demo site here that we have. It is integrated right now with DM2's one of DM2's mass servers just for demo purposes. The point of this offering here to show you exactly what the product is going to look like is really on our end of managing your expectations as the end owner of the website, to manage your expectations of exactly what you're going to be getting. In our experience building and selling websites, we understand that selling and building a website is very different than buying on your end any other type of product. It's not like going out and buying a golf club where you can go to the golf store and pick up the golf club and swing it and test it and feel the grip and maybe even practice with it a couple of times before you actually buy it. Our goal as your sales representatives here at Website Pipeline, we are responsible for managing your expectations. So when you buy this website, you know exactly what I sold you is the exact product that you bought. So we're going to kind of go through this here just very briefly to kind of set up and manage the expectations on your end so you know exactly what this portal is going to be looking like and exactly how it's going to function.
So kind of to set this is Eric, by the way, to set the stage here, what you're seeing right now, so this could be a standalone portal. So this could have its own domain name linked to it, and you could send customers right to this, or it could be a link off your existing website if you wanted to. So you can link off your existing site, take them to this. This has our standard look and feel as far as design on it right now, which is kind of plain Jane, but it may fit the bill. And we can make it look however you want to. So if you want to match your existing site, or you want to have a different look and feel, we can do that, and we can do any kind of customizations to it if need be. Okay? So what you're seeing right here is just a home page that we can display information, maybe has quick instructions or anything else, or tells your customers, hey, if you don't have a login for this, how to get a login, how to contact you guys, a number of things like that. So if I'm going to log in here, type in my username and my password. And by the way, you can have multiple usernames and passwords tied to one account. So if you have customers that have 5 employees that need to access this, they can all have their own unique username and passwords. But as soon as they log in, they can see, boom, that we expose them to, this is just in the base portal right here. So they can see their notifications. We only have a couple loaded here right now. And you see we have a EFT draft notification. You can click in and view the details. Or I can go back and view the PDF. This is typically where I ask for the oohs and the ahs, but since you guys are all on mute, I'm sorry. And then you come in and you can see the price quote as well. And I'll just show this here for a second. Customers can also come in and they can see their sales orders. And they can drill into, they can see the status on each sales order, and they can also drill into details. One of the things we do is we cross-reference the sales order. So if it had any invoices or shipments tied to it, you would see that all cross-referenced on one page. Let's see if I can find one here that's got that. See completed. So you can actually see the line details here, and all the the invoices that are tied to it, and the details of that. Open invoices. Now we have the optional pay open invoices online here as well, where a customer can come in, they can see all their open AR. They can drill into the details if they want to, or if they want to decide that, hey, I want to go ahead and pay this. They can click Pay Now, and we pull up a list of all their open invoices, and they can choose which ones they want to pay. And if they want to change the amount on any of them, they can do that as well. Okay? And then what we do is we subtotal it up. They can choose that, hey, to either pay with a credit card that's on file that you guys have on file for them, or they can change it to a new credit card. So And this is currently integrated with the Sage Payment Solution and the Sage Payment Solution module. So, but it could be integrated with other gateways as well if you want to. Okay. And then Invoice History is just showing them an overall open invoice or overall invoiced list. Okay. In addition to that, they can see their account overview, just some basic contact and account information, and they can manage their password and account info if you want them to be able to. But this information would not be updated back into Mass. Tom, did I miss anything? Did I leave anything out on this?
No, I think you covered everything.
Okay.
One thing real quick, this is Don again. I've done probably half a dozen or so demos with DM2 customers over the last couple months or so. And one thing that has come up on the majority of our calls is somewhere on the Open Invoices tab to be able to display an account balance number, which is absolutely something that we can do. We haven't drilled into actual hours. I think I talked to one of our developers, and they said it wouldn't be a ton of hours for development, but in case that's a question that's been popping up on people's minds while we've been going through this, to be able to display a current account balance number, dollar-wise, is absolutely something that we could do, and we would probably pull it on this page. I think the hours that we were quoted were 4 to 8 hours of development or something like that to be able to...
428, not 48.
Yeah, 428, excuse me. What did I say? Did I say 48? So anyway, just in case that was while we were going through some of these screens, that's been a very typical question that's come up on a lot of the demos that I've done with DM2 customers. So that is absolutely something that we can do. Any type of modifications to the portal that we're looking at here is definitely an option of something that we can do. Basically, we have a custom development team here on staff. So if anything that's sort of out of this box but is something that you'd like to have on the portal, something like the account balances, anything like that, we would basically get a meeting together with the customer, the owner of the website, and us and our account development team and run through a quick design idea of what you're looking for, and then we'd get you an hourly quote, and you would just pay Website Pipeline hourly for that type of development.
All right, so we want to talk about, you want to show anything on the full website?
Yeah. So what we also like to do just quickly, and I know we only have about an hour or so slated with this, and I do want to be able to make sure that this is opened up for questions, but so that what we just showed you all was the base DM2 portal, the customer dashboard, the ability to view all that data on here. Again, Website Pipeline also has a full e-commerce offering where you can add on to your customer portal and put product and product data on here. So this is our demo website. This is a mass integrated demo website right now that is displaying things like search, keyword search terms, category assignment, browsing of multiple categories, featured products. You can have as many pages on this part of the e-commerce website as you need, so a home page or an About Us page or pages that have video downloads on there, anything like that is all possible on these sites. Up top, you have kind of your header navigation bars with your home page and your shopping cart links and quick order forms, things like that. Again, on the left side of the screen, you see the whole search criteria, the ability to search and browse your website for products. You can search for a SKU. You can search by keyword. Again, you can browse categories, and you can have as many categories of products as you need. Once we dive into an actual product, we can give you kind of a product description information. You can have larger images. You can have things like emailing a friend, adding to a favorites list, requesting a quote. There's a certain level of data that comes out of Mass automatically, things like the SKU and the product name. Obviously, depending on the type of product for DM2 customers would depend on pricing and things like that that come out. On the back end of the website, and this also comes with the DM2 portal as well, but also on the back end of the website, we have what we call our web driver. What the web driver is a basic content management system or a control panel that allows you, the owner of the website, to control all the data that's on the website yourself. So you don't have to come to us to make things like homepage changes or, if I want to come in here and change some text on my homepage, as you can see, it's sort of a what you see is what you get type of an editor. You can come in here and make real basic type of changes to this type of information. Come in here, make the text red, come back down here, hit submit, and go back to the website, and you'd see your homepage change. So all of that type of data that you see on the website is controllable, again, with the portal or with the full e-commerce website. So that home page, the login page for the DM2 portal that we showed right at the beginning part of the demonstration, all of that data is managed yourself as the owner of the website. So again, you can edit and change that data as you want to. Again, as you go into the product, some other type of features that we have, things like emailing a friend, suggested related products, adding to a favorites list, requesting a quote, which is just a basic, simple email into customer service type of a product where you can request a quote for a particular product. As you log into the website, you're then now exposed to the DM2 portal type of data, which again would come automatically with this type of e-commerce offering as well. So I can pull up my tracking information, I can pull up all my sales orders. It's sort of an add-on to the DM2 portal, the first part of the demonstration. You can then again allow your customers to browse all of your categories. You can come in here and turn pricing on. You can turn pricing off. I think some of the DM2 customers that we have live with the sites right now have selected to turn pricing off and just adding things to a shopping cart, so you can do that. Right here I have my McGee antenna, my Motorola V3 antenna. If I wanted to add this to the shopping cart, it knows who I am based on my login. So once I proceed to check out and buy this particular type of product, it's going to pull out my bill to and ship to addresses, and you can have as many ship to addresses on the website as you need. So if your customers have multiple ship to locations that they want to send product to, you can also open this up for editing to your customers, or you can lock it down to your customers if you don't want them to be able to edit billing and shipping address type of information. But it does pull all of that data in once I'm logged into the website. Depending on the type of taxing information that you have, this particular site is actually integrated with Avalara's Avatax software, which does an auto call into Avatax for tax purposes, for sales taxes. I know DM2 customers have a lot of fuel tax and excise type taxes as well. We can talk about that. We do have that offering also. The second module that you see on the site here is your shipping methods, and there's about 7 or 8 different types of flavors that we can do for shipping. We can expose methods. We can turn on pricing. We can turn off pricing. We can also do calls to outside carriers like UPS and FedEx, which basically take the contents of the shopping cart, the quantity, the weight, or the price product total, and run a quick call to UPS and or FedEx to display real-time estimated shipping prices on the website. Getting into the billing payment info portal part of it, we have a little toggle button here where the website knows whether it's a terms customer, and they can submit a PO and just place the order from here, or they can toggle back and forth and pay with a credit card online as well. Again, this site is integrated with Sage Payment Services for credit card processing, but we have multiple other gateways and or processors that we can integrate as well. So we're going to go ahead and buy this Motorola V3 McGee antenna. Go ahead and place the order. What we have on your MAS server at this point is a sync tool. It's what we call our ERP driver. And basically what it's doing is it's monitoring both MAS and the website for changes. So as soon as this order is placed on the website, that ERP driver, that sync tool on our end that's on your MAS server, is running, pulling that data out of the website and dropping it into MAS's sales order entry, just as if one of your staff were to hand key it in. It does not allow your customers access to MAS. It allows your customers to get the data from the website and put it into MAS. That's always a question that I get on almost every one of my demo calls. So it does this sync tool, this type of software does not give them access to MAS, but it does allow them to place orders on the e-commerce website and drop that sales order into MAS just as if somebody were to hand key it in on your end. So if we go into MAS, we're going to go ahead and pull up the sales order entry field. Go ahead and look at our sales orders, and we just placed sales order number, what was that sales order number? So we just placed sales order number 603 on the website, and as you can see, all the data is in the website just as if you were to hand key it in. We sent out a email confirmation to the user of the website. We'll also copy you, the owner of the website, on an email confirmation, letting you know that an order was placed on the site. We then put it into MAS, and if you notice on the sales order number, we prefaced it with a W for web. That's going to allow you the visibility to see what orders are being placed on the website and which ones are not. We also placed it on hold for the reason code web. That's going to allow you to review it. It also gives you toggle button options for the print order or the print pick sheets as well. But as you can see, it's in mass with all the bill to, ship tos, all the line details of that sales order that was placed on the website, the totals for taxes and shipping and payment methods, just as if you were to hand key it in. If you go back to the website, you can see that the ERP driver not only grabbed it out of mass and put it in, or grabbed it off the website and put it into mass, it also then in turn grabbed it out of mass and threw it back onto the website. So I can now, as a user of the website, come back in, view the order line details of what I purchased, and view my sales order information. A normal process on particularly with most of our clients that we have is if there's any type of editing that needs to be made on a sales order, you can do that in mass prior to invoicing that sales order. So I'm sure your customers never make sales order mistakes, but in case they do, and they called you up and said, hey, I just placed order number 603 on the website. I ordered my MV3DT, but I forgot to order my AM/FM stereo because everybody nowadays needs a couple extra AM/FM stereos, right? You can actually make that actual manual edit in mass, and that ERP driver, that sync tool that we've installed, actually grabs that data change, and within about 20 seconds or so is going to push that data back to the website to allow your users to see their edited sales order. So there's our AM/FM stereo right back there on the website. So it is a bi-directional integration when you go full e-commerce, which is going to allow you to make things like product changes and pricing changes, bill to, ship to information changes in mass, and passes that data back to the website. To show you another quick example here, we're going to go ahead and take that sales order 603 that we just placed on the website. We're going to go ahead and invoice it. We grab our 603. This is the spot where you would normally put a tracking number, a shipment tracking number for a particular sales order invoice. There's our addresses, our bill to, ship tos. There's our lines. Yes, we want to go ahead and complete our sales order. There's our total. So we've now received the sales order from the website, invoiced and put a shipment tracking number on that particular sales order. Once we run our daily sales report, which I'm sure you all do once a day or maybe even a couple times a day, that will update all the data that's in mass. The ERP driver, the sync tool that we've installed on the web on the mass server, is going to take that data change that was made on in mass and pass it now all back up to the website as soon as we finish running this report. So we've run our daily sales report in mass. We come back to the website. And again, within about 25 or 30 seconds or so, we now have our updated invoice information with aging. We also have our shipment tracking information. If you purchase that shipping module on the website, you can then also click on that link, and it's going to give you real-time shipment tracking information for that particular sales order.
If we actually had it valid.
If we had a tracking number, if we had a valid one, and then we just did this for demo, obviously. But we can also come into our sales order history, our open invoices, our invoice history as well, and our shipment tracking, and all of that is now up to date, back up onto the website. So again, this is kind of a high-level overview. We have about 700 or so different types of functionality modules that we can put on the website for you. But this is sort of the basic nuts and bolts add-on e-commerce type of functionality that you can have onto the website, adding on to the current DM2 portal.
So the only thing I should probably add in is the requirements of you guys to be able to do this. There really are no requirements. The only thing you have to do is have a normal internet connection to your mass server and your mass DM2 server, and we handle everything else. So we build, host, and support the website, and the website will be located here in, and that's true of the DM2 portal piece, just the full or the full website. Okay, and they'll be hosted at our co-location facility in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. And just to kind of set the stage of what you just saw here, this website is actually in our co-location facility in Greenville, and the mass installation of the program you just saw was here in our office locally. They're about 10 miles apart, but it wouldn't matter if they're 1,000 miles apart or 10,000 miles apart. The interaction would be about the same. So, anything further? No?
So that's a very high-level overview of the product demonstration. So getting into sort of next steps and sort of paths moving forward. And Tom, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not sure if we put this on the slideshow or not. But to contact Website Pipeline, I think we're going through Anthony or Vicky.
Correct. That's correct.
All right. So Anthony or Vicky will be DM2's customers' contact information. They will send your information over to us. Website Pipeline will then take it from there. We will set up individual demonstrations. So we will not just give you sort of a cookie cutter one, but we'll get into a whole demonstration particularly for you, getting into a little bit more of your business rules, what you're looking for the website, any type of objectives that you may want to accomplish on the website, things like that. So we will have it individualized for the customer that comes to us. Go through any types of needs assessments, any additional questions, maybe any additional type of functionality you'd like to have either on the portal or on the full e-commerce website, so we'll get through that. We try to make it as individually as possible. Even though we sell the same product to all of our customers, we have found that there is no one customer that is exactly alike, even if we're selling the same exact website. So we're going to spend time diving into your company a little bit, just getting to know you all as a business and making sure that the website is going to complement your company as opposed to hurt it, for a good user experience for the customer, as well as a good owner of the website experience, you as the owner of the website. Moving forward, the part one, obviously, to get started, sort of the trigger on the gun around here is placing the order. So we have a very simple one-page authorization form from Website Pipeline. You pay your setup fee or deposit on your setup fee. The monthly hosting fee that's associated either with the DM2 portal or with the full e-commerce website starts when the site goes live, and that's paid directly to Website Pipeline as well. And again, any additional type of custom modifications, you would work directly with Website Pipeline. So please keep in mind that we are a website development shop here, and I hate to say this, and Eric's probably going to kick me after I say it, but there hasn't been a whole lot that we can't do when it comes to custom modifications. So if there's specific needs or functionality needs that you need the website to do, we have a fantastic development team here, especially on design as well. We have a fantastic design group to make the website look exactly as you want it to be, so that way your end users are happy with their website experience. And then building and launching of the website, again, Website Pipeline, we will work directly with you on an as-need basis. You'd be assigned a project manager who's going to build the website. Once the website goes live, you'll be transferred over to our account management team, and they'll be here taking care of you for the whole life of the website. And Tom, I think that's it on our end. Back to
Okay,
you.
I'm going to take the screen back here. And just before we get, you have a number of questions before we get into the Q&A. I just wanted to, as I said earlier, just do a quick plug for next month's webinar. Continue our Connections webinar series. Next month, we're planning to go through all the different paperless options that we have available, and you can find out how you can virtually eliminate your paper handling costs and improve your productivity with the various options that DM2 has available. That webinar is going to be on November 15th, Thursday, November 15th at 11:30 Pacific, 1:30 Central Time. As soon as this webinar is over, I'll be sending out an invitation so you can register for that. Now I'd like to open it up to some of the questions that have come in. And as I said, we have received a number of questions. First question came in from Sean over at Interstate, and then Russ over at Carson asked basically the same question, and it is with the Pay Now option, is that for credit cards only, or do we support electronic checks as well? Any other forms of payments besides credit cards?
Currently, as it stands right now, it's credit card only. We are working with Sage Payments right now. It was more of a limitation, I think, of Sage Payments to come out the ACH payment piece. And we are opening, I think other gateways like Authorize and PayFlow Pro have ACH options. So we're definitely open to developing that, and it's definitely on our hit list. So. But it's not standard right now, but Website Pipeline would be happy to, I think we would probably be happy to team up with you guys and invest personally in that as well.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Eric. Next question that came in is from Sean over at Interstate again. What about AR aging bucket, 30, 60, 90 days?
On the
web portal piece.
Yeah, let me look real quick here. On the aging, we're actually showing aging here, but we're not kind of calculating and put it into the different buckets.
Yep.
We could easily do that. That'd be a really easy add-on. So if someone wanted the total open AR to be displayed, we could at the same time do the aging buckets as well. That'd be a really easy thing.
Yeah. So as the invoice comes out of mass onto the portal, it comes with an aging number right now. So Tom, if you flip over to that little link real quick, the DM2 demo site real quick on aging that was on the slideshow.
Yes. Okay.
You have to log in.
Maybe I already logged.
Yeah. If you want to log in, Tom, I've got no issue exposing the login for it. It's 0021093. And the password is pretty much uncrackable. It's 123456.
Okay.
So if you go into the Open Invoices tab on the DM2 screen, when the invoice comes out of mass, it's going to pull the aging date. So the first column there says aging. And obviously we don't have it broken down into 30, 60, 90 days. You can sort it by aging as well, I think highest to lowest. But there's no real, breakout of what's all in the 30-day bucket, what's all in the 60-day bucket. But again, like Eric said, that's absolutely something that we could do. That would fall into sort of the out-of-the-box type of standardization that we could do on the website, but we could definitely do that.
All right, very good.
Hopefully that answers the question.
All right, a couple more questions. Actually, next question again from Sean.
Sean's the man.
Sean is one of our more active participants. I don't think he's missed a webinar yet, so appreciate that, Sean. What is the cost of the DM2?
Yeah, gold star for fun.
But Sean's asking about the cost of the DM2 base package. And why don't I go ahead and start the WebLink piece, which is required to enable the the link between the Petroleum Insight System and the website pipeline web portal. Sells for $49.90. That includes the first year's maintenance of $840. And I'll let you guys talk to the cost of the portal package from Website Pipeline.
Okay.
So the only variable in this pricing that I'm going to give is dependent upon the version of mass.
There's two that we have. One is pay open invoices online, and then the second one is
the version. So
right.
there's two sliding pieces for the pricing of the website. One is the version of mass that the customer's on, as well as two, the pay invoices online. So if they were to go all in, let's say, I'm just going to give a ballpark estimate based on a 4.3 customer that does want pay invoices online. I believe it comes into the 18.5 range. That's for development of everything that we saw here today. Again, they could slide that pay invoice online option out, which I believe is a $3,500 module, which would bring it down to $15 even if they decided not to go with pay online.
And then if they're on 4.4 and above, that's going to save you another couple thousand.
Yep.
So the reason we have a more involved sync tool for versions of MAS 4.3 and below. So I know that about half of the DM2 customers are still on 4.3 and below. So you're going to save a little bit of money if you've upgraded to 4.4 and above.
But again, to give an accurate estimate on pricing with no other type of development, no extras, anything other than what we saw today, a 4.3 customer wanting pay invoices online, paying a credit card online, and viewing the demo portal as we saw it right now today would be 18.5.
plus the WebLink piece from DM2.
And they need to make sure that they have the WebLink piece from DM2. That's correct.
Correct. Okay, the next questions come in from Ricardo over at Victory, and he wants to know contact information. And as you said earlier, the best way to get started would be to contact Vicki Dalton or Anthony Rodriguez. Best person to start with would really be Anthony. Anthony's email is anthonyr@dm2. What he would do is do a quick qualification call, and then he would coordinate with Don and or Eric for the follow-up there. So anybody who's interested in moving forward, please contact anthonyr@dm2.com. Next question, you kind of touched on this. This is from Andy over at Wilson. What versions of DM2 are supported?
So,
And we're really referring to the the Sage Mass versions that we build on top of.
So the like we were talking about before, so we support anything from 3.7.1 all the way up to the latest right now, the latest version of Mass, which is 4.5. And I'm not sure if DM2 is coming out with 4.5. Have you guys come out with your 4.5 upgrade yet?
We have not. That's in the works right now. So our latest version is 4.4.
Okay, so we would support all those versions. It is a little bit cheaper if you're on 4.4. So.
Okay, so that actually answered a couple of the questions that followed up there. That was a common question. The next question is this is from Sean again over at Interstate. Is what does Website Pipeline offer in the way of social media outlets?
So we have links. We have done some integrations with Facebook, and as far as when new products are posted or new customer reviews are posted or stuff like that, that they automatically get updated to there. We have the ability to do the like button on every single product if you want to, and that actually links out to Facebook and tells customers that you like that individual product or the overall website if you wanted to do. We also have the whole Add This integration. I think Add This does the Twitter and the Pinterest and Facebook and all the top social media pieces. I'm not sure if that helps or not.
Yeah, Tom, what we would probably do on a case-by-case basis like that is really dive in with the customer on exactly what they're looking for. And again, if it kind of falls in line with what we've done with some other customers, we can absolutely do that. But that's kind of not picking on the person who asked the question, but that's a pretty broad question that can be taken a lot of different ways. So we would basically dive into a whole discovery time frame with that customer to find out exactly what they're looking for on social media. But the long and short of it is that we can absolutely help out with social marketing and social media when it comes to product information and getting it out to the Facebooks and the LinkedIns and the Pinterests and things like that. Hopefully that answers the question.
Okay, great, thank you. Next question, this is from Julie over at Ted Johnson Propane. She's asking about adding Midcom delivery ticket information as proof of delivery. And I'll go ahead and take this for Eric and Don's benefit and everyone else. Midcom's a truck automation system that a lot of our marketers use when they're delivering product. And to answer that question, Julie, we have not done that as of yet. It's something that we can certainly look into and investigate. It's probably something that a lot of customers would be interested in. So we'd have to follow up with you individually on that. I think we answered Sean's question. He was asking about price range there. We covered the pricing. The next thing Sean has asked about is, do you require the Sage Payment Solutions module?
Yeah, so we do not. Website Pipeline as a company, we integrate with 5 different payment gateways. So just to go high level real quick, there's really 3 pieces involved when doing credit cards on a website. You have the website that collects the secure credit card information from your customer. you have your payment processor, which would be the bank that just takes the payment and puts it into your bank account. And then the third piece would be a payment gateway that kind of acts like a garden hose. And I'm sorry for my oversimplification, but it acts like a garden hose that just communicates the secure information between the website and the payment processor, right? So website pipeline, we've standardized on about 5 different gateways, payment gateways out there. So we can integrate with Authorize.net, Payflow Pro, which is the old VeriSign, CyberSource, Chase Payment Tech, and also the Sage Payment Solutions. So when it comes into integration with Mass, though, probably the Sage Payment module has the most streamlined integration, though, just because of the streamlined workflow we can do with that. Does that help?
All right. Thank you. I think that answers the question pretty accurately. Last question that we have, this is from Alan over at Cosby. He's asking about hourly custom programming rates if they want to do more than just work with the basic portal.
Yeah, I can take that. So yeah, our standard rate is $135 an hour, and our typical process, just to kind of go into that a little bit, is we would have a call, which is basically a planning discovery, kind of a commercial planning call, where we would go through and just go through commercially what you guys were looking for, and we would do kind of hand-drawn mock-ups to make sure, hey, this is kind of what you're thinking. We'd scan it in, and because we've learned it's a heck of a lot cheaper and easier to hand-draw a mock-up rather than go ahead and code it out and realize that it was wrong. So we do the whole hand-drawn mock-up, we come up with a pretty accurate swag price, and then at that point you guys can choose on whether or not you want to move forward with the custom development and the actual development hours of the $135 an hour.
All right, great, thank you. That looks like all the questions that we have for now. I just want to remind everybody that today's webinar has been recorded. Once the recording is available, I'll post it on our website and send everybody a message so they can download the recording as well as any of the presentation slides. I know people have a tendency to think of questions after the webinar is over. If you have any questions that come to mind after we're finished today, please feel free to email us. You could email those into anthonyrr@dm2.com as well. And I'd like to thank Don and Eric from Website Pipeline, and I'd also like to thank everybody for attending today's Web Portal and E-Commerce Connections webinar, and we'll look forward to you all joining us for our Go Paperless webinar next month. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks, Tom.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, have a great day.
All right, thanks.